You want to flirt better so you stop getting ignored, stop getting pushed into the friend zone, and finally start creating that spark on purpose. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do that, what most men get wrong, why it kills attraction, and the simple timing and tools that flip the entire script for you, no matter your age, looks, height, or income. By the end, you'll know how to build real attraction, create that electric vibe, and confidently steer the interaction where you actually want it to go. I'm Dr. Eva Danial, urologist and men's health expert. I work at the intersection of physiology and psychology, helping men feel strong in their bodies and communicate in ways that actually work with human wiring. No cheesy lines, no games, just clear, ethical strategies you can use tonight. The biggest flirting problem isn't bad lines, it's bad timing. Most men wait far too long before adding even a hint of playfulness. They spend 10, 20, sometimes 60 minutes in polite, platonic conversation. Then, when they realize the vibe is flat, they try to throw in a romantic compliment at the end. To a woman's nervous system, that feels like switching a movie from a documentary to a romantic drama halfway through. It's jarring. It reads as hesitation. Here's a real example. A client of mine, James, matched with a woman named Emma. They messaged easily and met for a drink. He opened with very safe topics: her job as a teacher, her hobbies, where she grew up, her favorite films. She matched his energy. An hour in, the conversation was pleasant but completely heatless. James finally thought, I should flirt, and awkwardly complimented her eyes. She smiled politely, said thank you, and the moment went nowhere. Friendly hug, polite goodbye, silence afterward. Two simple reasons this happens. First, the frame sets fast. The first few minutes create the genre of the interaction. If the opening is purely informational and polite, you've set a platonic frame. Shifting later feels unnatural. Second, waiting signals fear. When a man only flirts at the very end, many women interpret it as him being too nervous or intimidated to lead earlier. Even if she had initial interest, hesitation drains it. So here's the fix you need to practice until it becomes automatic, the 2-minute rule. Within the first 2 minutes of talking to a woman you're attracted to, introduce a small dose of playful, low-stakes flirtation. If you need a little runway, fine. Take up to 5 minutes of basic niceties. But by minute 5, you must add a flirty beat. This early signal sets a man-to-woman frame instead of polite strangers. After that, you simply keep the frame alive with light maintenance. Forget the myth of the perfect moment. There isn't one. If she chose to talk to you, that's the green light. You create the moment by adding one playful beat sooner than feels safe. Flirting always includes a tiny leap of faith. You don't need 10 tricks. Pick 2 or 3 of the techniques below and rotate them. That alone can change your results fast. One powerful tool is the Playful Assumption, a light, joking guess based on something you notice. You're not trying to be correct. You're showing you can play. The formula is simple. Notice a detail, make a harmless exaggeration, and deliver it with a smile so it lands as fun, not judgment. She's reading a novel. Let me guess, you were the teacher's pet who always had 3 extra credit projects ready. She has that wholesome, girl-next-door vibe. You seem dangerously wholesome. I bet you never break any rules. She works in finance. Ah, so you're the one giving stock tips at parties. Use easy starters like you strike me as the type who, let me guess, or I bet you're the kind of person who, she'll either play along or correct you. Both create banter. Another tool is the absurd answer. A quick, playful pattern breaker early on. Where are you from? Heaven. What do you do? Astronaut. Just got back from the moon. How old are you? 700 months. Do it once or twice. It's a spark, not a routine. Next, teasing. A gentle poke at a harmless preference or habit, never identity or insecurities. She's a morning person. Terrifying. Next, you'll say you enjoy doing taxes. She loves cats. I was just starting to think you were cool. This complicates things. She can't cook, so declining your dinner invite is self-preservation. Got it. Then there's the mild challenge, a tiny, friendly test that creates tension in a good way. She claims she makes amazing pasta, bold claim. I'm going to need proof. She insists she never gets scared in horror movies. Not buying it. You look like the hide behind the pillow type. Delivery matters. Keep your lines short, maintain eye contact, and use a relaxed smile. If she doesn't respond playfully, switch to neutral. If she does, build slowly. Physical flirting is all about timing, touch, and release. A light forearm touch while making a point, then release. Shoulders brushing briefly while looking at her phone, then space. A quick high five with your hand, lingering an extra beat, then drop it, guiding her through a crowd with your hand on her back, then removing it immediately. Watch her signals. If she stiffens or goes quiet, step back. Thoughtful compliments also matter, especially when they go beyond looks. I love how animated you get when you tell a story. You're quietly competent, I like that. Your eyes light up when you smile. It's distracting. Say it, then keep the conversation flowing. 1 or 2 per interaction is enough. Putting it all together, within 2 minutes, add 1 playful assumption or absurd answer. Within the next 10 minutes, add a tease, a challenge, or a natural touch and release moment. By mixing 2 or 3 tools, you shift from polite to flirty without forcing anything. If you forget everything else, remember 2 anchors, the 2-minute rule and 1 playful assumption. These alone keep you out of the friend zone. And finally, your physiology supports all of this. Good sleep, daylight exposure, strength training, hydration, and steady movement lower anxiety, improve circulation, and make you more present. Presence makes your flirting feel natural instead of rehearsed. The truth is, women sense your energy long before they process your words. When you're relaxed, curious, and genuinely enjoying the moment, she feels that ease and naturally opens up. Flirting isn't about performance. It's about co-creating a fun, comfortable rhythm where both people feel seen and engaged. That's why early playfulness matters so much. It signals confidence, warmth, and emotional awareness. And remember, not every interaction has to go anywhere. Sometimes the goal is simply to practice, connect, and build social momentum. The more at ease you become with these small, flirtatious beats, the more they'll start to feel like second nature, and the more consistently women will respond in the way you've always hoped for. And as you build these skills, something interesting starts to happen. You stop overthinking every moment and start paying attention to the actual connection in front of you. Most men assume flirting is about being impressive, clever, or perfectly smooth. But in reality, the most attractive men are simply the ones who know how to create a relaxed emotional wavelength, the feeling that talking to them is easy, fun, and different from the usual surface-level interactions she has all day. When you use even small doses of playfulness early on, you're signaling that you understand emotional pacing, and that alone sets you apart more than you realize. Another thing men underestimate is how much women appreciate intentional effort that still feels natural. You don't have to be extreme or theatrical. You just have to show leadership through tone and timing. Think of flirting like guiding a dance. You don't drag her through the steps, and you don't freeze waiting for her to lead. You simply start the rhythm, invite her into it, and adjust based on how she responds. When you practice these tools consistently, you'll notice that women often start contributing more than before. They'll tease back, lean closer, ask curious questions, and open up emotionally. Those responses are green lights that your energy is landing the right way. Remember, too, that flirting doesn't exist in a vacuum. Your overall lifestyle, body language, and level of self-care feed into the energy you bring. When a man is chronically anxious, sleep-deprived, or disconnected from his body, it becomes much harder to stay grounded in social or romantic situations. That's why I emphasize habits like strength training, short walks, good sleep, breathing, and hydration. They create a physiological foundation that supports confidence. A calm nervous system makes you more attuned, more responsive, and more playful. Women don't just feel your confidence, they feel the stability behind it. And here's a truth many men never hear. Women want you to flirt with them, as long as you do it early, gently, and respectfully. A lot of men enter conversations acting like they need permission to show interest. But interest becomes attractive when it's delivered with ease, not pressure. When you introduce flirtation confidently but lightly, she doesn't feel objectified. She feels chosen. That is a powerful emotional signal. It tells her you're here as a man, not as another polite acquaintance passing time. Over the long term, these skills don't just improve your dating life. They improve your communication everywhere. You become better at reading reactions, sensing comfort levels, steering conversations, and creating emotional resonance with people. You stop chasing outcomes and start enjoying the process. And when you enjoy the process, women feel it instantly. Practice is everything. Start small. Use the 2-minute rule with strangers, baristas, coworkers appropriately, or anyone you casually interact with. Light playfulness isn't romantic unless the context is romantic. What you're really training is timing, confidence, presence, and emotional flexibility. Every repetition makes the next one easier. Eventually, you'll realize flirting isn't something you do, it's an energy you bring. When you can stay playful without forcing, confident without being rigid, and present without being needy, you naturally become the kind of man women feel drawn to. And once that shift happens, the friend zone becomes something you rarely slip into by accident. So stay consistent, stay curious, and practice in small, low-pressure settings. The skill will build itself. And when it does, you'll see your conversations, dates, and connections transform in ways you didn't think were possible.